Hello, and welcome to another session of our Channel Payments Manager payment processing scenario. This is a series of videos where we go through different payment processing scenarios that CPM can provide. In this one, we're going to do a very simple scenario where we're going to take a payment for a sales order and we are going to settle it immediately. In other words, as soon as we take the payment, it will be a settled payment. This will be reflected as an open customer ledger entry until the sales invoice is posted, and then it'll be automatically applied. We're going to keep it simple and ship an invoice fully in one single posting. Again, not using any delayed capture, using a customer credit card as the payment source, and not imposing any restrictions on the sales order release or the shipment. So let's get to our sales order. So here we have a sales order for Tray Research. It's in the balance of $399.21. So if we take a action here and do a new CPM payment, we bring up a dialog that references the sales order, and by default it has the amount of the full amount of the sales order. We could take a lesser payment, or we could even take a little bit more of a payment if you wanted to cover shipping costs that were still yet to be determined. In this case, we're going to use a save payment method, but we could just type in a new card here and then save it. But we'll just use one that's already on file, one of these Visa cards. And again, we're not going to delay capture. We're going to do immediate capture. So let's go ahead and submit this payment. Now we're communicating with Stripe and then get a message back when the payment has been processed. If we look at our CPM fact box down below, we can see in our payment section that we have a captured payment now of $399.21. If we went back to the customer and looked at their ledger entries, we would see that payment reflected $399.21 with a remaining amount. So in other words, it hasn't been applied to anything yet. It's an open ledger entry for Tray Research. We go back to the orders. So let's look at their order history. Navigate. Orders. Open up the sales order. So now what we'll do is go ahead and ship this. So post, and then we'll ship and invoice all in one shipment and say OK. So let's go back to the customer and see what happened to the ledger entries. So we now see the new invoice for $399.21. And the payment that we had before that was previously not applied, now being applied. So both this invoice is fully applied using this payment. Again, this is a very simple scenario. Stay tuned for more scenarios that vary some of, whether we're going to use delayed capture or whether require an some type of authorization threshold before you can ship or release the order in future sessions. Thanks for your time.